What's up, guys? So I'm just gonna do a quick take a quick look at LINK USDT because I'm really liking this shot right here, and yeah, sorry, I got distracted. And yeah, so I'm just gonna do a quick look here. Let's start off by looking at the weekly here. So it's really reacting to this. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the music. I can't speak while listening to music. It gets all distracting. Alright, sorry about that. So I'm really liking how clear the levels are here on the weekly, and I like if we had a heavy retrace here. Like, I'm not saying we will retrace back to the RLC, but if we get like a 40% retrace down here, that's an obvious buy for me. This reload zone right here, and as you can see here, we have a weekly W2. So if for some reason the Chainlink decides to retrace 40%, I don't think it will, but you never know. This is crypto. Stuff can dump very hard sometimes, and if we come down to the RLC here, confident with this support here and this support here around the 2.5, that would be, you know, really nice obvious buy for me. All right, so that's the higher time frame, right? And looking at the daily here, we broke out here, and this break here was the move that took us up here. Very strong, almost parabolic move here. We are seeing this area up here, this red box, act as resistance. And if we zoom into the 4-hour here, we have support right here, and we're actually testing the support for the third, or you could say the fourth time. So as you guys know, when an SR level gets tested, like with every test, it gets weaker, right? So if we bounce here and come down and test this area again, I anticipate this area to break to the downside. And if we break to the downside, we got minor support here, confident with the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. But like the most obvious level is, I think, this one right here, around 3.5, 3.4 dollar. So if we break this area to the downside, if you look into short link, I would wait for this area here to break to the downside, then short a retest for a move down here for a like 50% move. And that's the bearish case, right? And for the bullish case, I'm gonna wait for this area up here to break to the upside. So if we start seeing daily open and closes above this area, I'm gonna long a retest, and basically that's gonna be up in all-time high. So I'm just gonna, when you're trading at all-time highs and into price discovery, I usually just trail my stop up using the like daily lows or 4-hour lows, right? So that's like the bearish case for Link USDT is break this area to the downside, short the retest down here, break this area to the upside, long the retest for a move up into this area. So yeah, Link is looking really good. Let's add the moving averages here to see what we're looking at on the weekly. Alright, so we have the 21 EMA coming in right here at the breakout level of this weekly W, adding some confidence to this RLC. We're probably not going to retrace this whole move in the coming weeks, but if we do, we're probably going to be able to get a retest of this yellow 21 EMA on the weekly, confident with this support. So buying the retest of that area, confident with RLC, is a very obvious buy in my book. Let's look at the daily. We have the 21 EMA here, confident with the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level. So yeah, that's like, okay, so before I added the moving averages, I said that this is minor support. I believe this is major support. We have, I'm gonna have to add a box here because this is looking pretty good. Somewhere in that region here. Yeah, so we got the 21 EMA here, so we are probably going to see a bounce here. We have tested it once on the 4 hour, but we haven't tested the yellow 21 EMA on the daily still of this whole uptrend. We broke out here and I haven't tested the 21 yet, so I do expect a pretty good bounce here. Yeah, so but the thing is, if this area breaks to the downside, that's gonna be resistance, right? So if we bounce here, we're gonna have like, we're gonna be 5% below resistance, and that's usually not a good trade, right? I mean, where would you have your stop if you enter here? All right, so that's not this is just not a good area to enter, I think, because the risk to reward isn't really good here. Down here, on the other hand, I'm seeing, you know, a better risk to reward trade. But like I said, if we retrace all the way down here, we have a very good risk to reward trade. So like what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing this level will probably break down because it's been tested so many times. If the yellow 21 EMA holds, I do anticipate price action to continue being bullish. If we do test the 21 EMA and bounces and reclaims this area, this is just probably, you know, a retrace before continuation of this large move here. So yeah, for Link, I'm more interested in longing than shorting, but I'm not gonna long or short here. I'm gonna long if we break this area to the upside, or you know, if we see a fat retrace. But okay, that's Link. Let's look at Link BTC. So as you can see, let's look at the weekly here. They are looking very similar. We have a weekly W formed here. We have the breakout level here. And this break was the move that took us to right into price discovery, right? Let's look at the daily. So price action on the BTC pair looks very similar to the USDT pair. Only difference is, I'm gonna show you, is on the USDT pair we have this wick here. On the BTC pair, this wick is somewhere down here, so we're not really in price discovery or really, you know, very close to all-time high on the USDT pair, but looking at Link BTC, we are actually up above this wick, well above it. So I would say that this is, I mean, obviously not price discovery, but we're up in that region. So to me, the BTC pair looks like I'm more bullish, I think, on the BTC pair, but I do expect a retrace down into this region down here. Let's look at where the RLC is right now. First of all, I want to look at the RLC of this whole range here. So let's look at the weekly. Let's remove the moving averages, get a more cleaner chart. So let's add the RLC right here. Alright, so the RLC comes in perfectly right on that horizontal support level right here. That was the bounce that took us into price discovery. Well, not really. This bounce took us into price discovery, but nice confidence here. I do not expect Link BTC to retrace almost 65%. I do, however, expect a 9 to 10% retrace down into this area, I would say 39,000 sats. Because if you look at daily here, actually let's zoom into the 1 hour chart. You can see why I'm not really confident in this area, because we are seeing what could be described as a rounded top, right? and you get support somewhere in this region here, and it's basically being tested over and over. Let's just make sure it's not too wide. Yeah, that makes sense, right? About 5%. So it looks like it wants to break down, just like LINK USDT does. You have this area right here being tested quite a lot, and kind of looks like around the top right. So I think LINK USDT and LINK BTC is in for a retrace. On the BTC pair, we have obviously this area right here that will act as minor support. But if you zoom out on a daily, you will notice that this area right here isn't really that important. You have been tested as resistance here, breaks up. You only have these wicks reacting to this area, but down here you have a lots of more touches as support, and it haven't really been tested yet. So I'm looking for this kind of move down here. So that's what I'm looking for on LINK BTC, and yeah, I think that's it. For potential upside on LINK BTC, I'm looking for this area to break to the upside before I would long a retest. So something like this, right? Break to the upside, come down, retest for continuation. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm done for tonight, and see you guys next time.